Many tutors wonder how much writing practice they should ask their learner to do during their tutoring sessions and for home practice. They might struggle to find interesting writing activities that are immediately relevant and meaningful to their learners' lives and at their skill level. Some learners resist working on writing, preferring to focus on reading activities. Some say they don't need or want to write in their everyday lives. Others believe they have nothing to write about. Writing is useful for many reasons. Most people write every day for practical and commonplace purposes. We use writing in our family, work, and community lives, as well as for our own individual interests and needs. It can be helpful for tutors to introduce learners to activities that not only help them build their writing skills, but also make their lives easier. Experienced writers know that the best way to improve their writing is to write. In the case of writing, practice really does make perfect. Writing practice is especially effective when someone provides immediate feedback and guidance, as tutors are able to do in tutoring sessions. The best way for learners to improve their writing skills is to have the opportunity to practice writing and receive feedback on it in every tutoring session. In this video, you'll see a tutor and learner working on meaningful, real-life writing activities that relate directly to their learner's life and that they can use immediately. In Chapter 1, you'll see the tutor and learner discuss the purpose of writing a to-do list. In Chapter 2, you'll see the tutor offer support to the learner as they write the list. You'll also see the tutor ask questions to help the learner refine the list. In Chapter 3, you'll see the tutor guide the learner as they prioritize the items on the list. In Chapter 4, you'll see the tutor and learner discuss other kinds of lists. The tutor explicitly helps the learner make the connection between the writing activity and real-life application by discussing practical next steps the learner might take to ensure the usefulness of the writing.
Hello, Hitesh. It's good to see you again.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
Good.
Good. Now, you remember last week what we worked on? The writing exercise, the emergency contact information.
Yeah.
So you wrote down your contact information, and you were going to put it in your wallet.
Yeah, wallet is all time is a wallet I have.
It's in your wallet now, huh? And what about the refrigerator?
Yeah, both
on there. Both places. Very good. Okay, so now today we're going to talk about your job.
Yeah.
Your job, you're manager at this point of this hotel, and in that position, you have to take care of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm manager. Sometimes it's a no maintenance guy.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes all fixing me pen, wall, pen and wall, plumbing, anything. Sometimes it's a maintenance guy not here.
So you have to fix a lot of things.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you remember what needs fixing? This is a pretty big place. Do you ever make a list for yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So this is what I would do. I also make lists for myself to remind myself what I need to do for the day. Maybe I have to go to the bank, and I have to do the grocery shopping, and I have to call my son, things like that. So I will write a list for myself. Why don't we have you practice writing a list for yourself, what you need to fix?
Wall fixing,
Mm-hmm.
Toilet fixing. Sometimes it's a breaker, no working light, no have.
Okay, why don't you write these down? We don't worry about spelling because you know what you're saying. It's just a list to remind yourself. So now you have a good list for yourself to remind yourself what to do. So when you finished it, suppose you go home and you work on the wall, then you can cross off the wall and you say, oh, now.
The wall finish, okay.
Yeah.
Toilet, sometimes is a breaker, sometimes a breaker, new one breaker. I'm going Home Depot.
Okay.
And pick up later.
Yeah. Okay, so you wouldn't cross it off yet. The lights. Okay. Very good. So do you think you will keep a list every week for what you need to fix?
No, sometime 1 week, sometimes 2 weeks.
So your to-do list to fix, is that a useful thing for you to know how to do that? Is that good for you to write down things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The all is good. Sometimes I say, 2 hours. Oh, this wall is fixing. The writing is easy. Oh, this is a fixing one.
Yeah. So it's easy to put it down, and then you have to fix it, but you remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so when you make a list, do you put down number 1, first I must fix the toilet maybe, or first, most important, to fix the light? Do you rank them? Which is the most important to do first?
First one is a light. Second one is a toilet.
Okay, so you could put down the number beside it. Number 1 for your light, because that's the first one.
Your room open, the first one is a light.
Yeah.
No light, no nothing.
Nothing. Then you need to have a light.
A light and a breaker, both.
Okay.
Sometimes the breaker broken, is light not working. The breaker okay, the new bulb, changing bulb, and maybe.
So you have to decide what it is.
Yeah.
If it's a light bulb or if it's the breaker.
Yeah.
But that's your number 1 priority, it looks like to me, right?
Yeah. First one is a breaker, check one. Second one is a bulb.
Okay. And then what's your third priority?
Toilet.
Okay. So that's
wall is a bit later is okay.
Okay. So you've got number 1, number 2, number 3
and 4.
And 4. Great. Now you mentioned other lists that you make. So you make grocery list for your items from Costco. Do you make a list when you go to Home Depot? Do you make a list?
Maybe both.
Both?
Yeah, both. Sometimes 2 minutes Home Depot, next door is a Costco.
Oh, that's convenient. Lists are very helpful, aren't they? Yes. We all use lists.
The list is easy. Or me later, no, the list is this is going Home Depot and Costco, this one, easy one.
So maybe next week we can talk some more about what lists you kept all week. Okay, so think this week, while we are away from each other, think about what lists you are making. Are you making grocery list, Home Depot list, to-do list? And then when you come back next week, we can talk about those lists that were helpful to you. And make sure when you are doing your to-do list that you number them, which is most important.
Okay. The first one important. The first one 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah. That's very good. Okay. Thank you very much, Hitesh.
You've seen a tutor and learner work on a real-life writing activity that has an immediate and practical application. The tutor and learner discussed the purpose of lists, and the learner created and prioritized items on a to-do list. The tutor and learner also discussed other kinds of lists and how the learner might use them in daily life.